Hey hoes! For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kenzie and I'm so happy that you found my channel. Today I am going to be reading some true Ouija board experiences. I got this idea because I am going to be sharing my Ouija board experience next month, so in a few videos. I will be telling my personal experience, so I kind of just wanted to dive into the Ouija board experiences. So I'm going to be reading a couple that I found, and yeah, let's just go right into this video. When I was in junior high, a friend and I sat on her grandparents' grave to mess around with a Ouija board. 5 minutes after we started playing with it, the ground began to sink underneath us. We ran out there very quickly, and I haven't messed with one since. Ooh. A friend of mine had one when I was young, but I was very skeptical of it. I thought she was moving it whenever we asked a question, so I asked questions she wouldn't know the answer to. I tried to connect to my uncle who had passed away. I asked him how he was doing, and the board started to spell his wife's name, which there's no way my friend would have known that. Never mind how to spell it. True, because I can't say it. My soccer team had a sleepover at our gym and we played with a Ouija board. Nothing too eventful happens until the board started to spell out THIRSTFIRENHELP. So thirst, fire, and help. We closed out the board. When we went back to school a few days later, we asked the athletic director whose office was in the gym if he knew the history about the gym. He told us that the gym burned down once a long time ago and one man died in the fire. That's sad. My buddy and I found a Ouija board at my girlfriend's house. We were really bored, so we went to this graveyard by my house and see if it would actually work. As suspected, nothing happened. We brought the board back to my house and didn't think anything of it. The next day, strange things began happening. Out of nowhere, my friend started having sleep paralysis every time he spent the night at my house, despite never having it before. The first time he saw a tall woman with long black hair standing in the corner of the room facing the wall. The next time he was asleep on the couch and he saw the same woman standing at the open door looking directly into my room. Nope. A few months ago, my friend brought over her Ouija board. There were about 5 of us at this sleepover, and when we began using the board, we met Joe. After an hour of speaking with Joe, one girl asked, "Joe, are you a bad spirit?" Joe spelled out no, then spelled out him. We asked what he was talking about, and he spelled he's coming, then began to spell Z-O-Z-O. The next morning we tried again, this time speaking to someone claiming to be Joe's wife. We asked if Joe a bad spirit, and she quickly responded yes. My mom told me that when she was a kid, she and her sisters were messing with a Ouija board in her room, and her grandma caught them and told them to throw it out. She said they did get rid of it by throwing it in the trash outside, but then the next morning my mom went into her closet and found the board was somehow back there. So that actually happened to my friend's parents as well. They threw out the Ouija board and they later found it again. I was 17 and we had just bought one of those newer Ouija boards that glow in the dark. My mom told me to wait until the next day to open and play with it, and I should have listened. You're not supposed to use the board alone. And our house was known for being haunted, so I wanted to ask if anyone was there. The freaking planchette shot out of my hands across the room. I actually cried. I would cry too. Like, what the hell? In 10th grade, at a Halloween party, 4 of us were playing with one. The planchette suddenly lifted straight off the board and raised all of our hands at least a foot in the air. Then dropped. We all jumped out of our chairs and ran away screaming. I once played with a Ouija board at a sleepover. We weren't asking it anything weird, just silly questions like, who am I gonna marry? I asked it to give me the initials of someone I will date in the future, and it gave me N and B. Sure enough, I've dated someone with the initials NB for 5 years now. That's crazy. Maybe I should do that. I need to know who I'm gonna date. My friend and I were playing with one in the backyard. When we contacted somebody, one of my friends made fun of the spirit's name. My fence immediately began to rattle. My friends decided they wanted to go inside, so we all headed for the door, but my dog stopped us at the bottom of the porch, which was totally unlike him, and he started snarling at the empty darkness behind us. Yeah, you don't make fun of spirits. At my friend's birthday party, someone decided to try a Ouija board. My friend's protective mother was next door at her parents' house, not anywhere in hearing distance. Suddenly, as several kids went into the bathroom to sneakily use the board, my friend's mother came running in the front door and shouted that those who intended on using the board had to leave immediately. She actually felt from a distance what they were going to do. It creeps me out to this day. So she has to be a psychic. You don't just feel like people are using a Ouija board. Wow. Wow. My cousin was heading to a party with a Ouija board in the trunk of her car for all of us to use. On the way to the party, she got in a car crash. She was fine, but her car was totaled. So obviously, instead of going to the party, she went back home. When she opened her closet to get ready for bed, the board was somehow back in the closet, and she burned it after that. Whew. When I was younger, my two older cousins, my older brother, and I were playing with a Ouija board, but all of a sudden it started spelling out Mama. Later that night, when my brother asked our mom if she had ever played with a Ouija board, she said she had once, but all it spelled out was Mama. Then, a few years later, I was really bored and got a ghost detecting app on my phone. I was really into ghost adventures at this time, and the first thing the app said was Mama. Wow. I was 13 years old, staying at my friend's house overnight. She had somehow managed to sneak a Ouija board past her super religious mom, and after her parents went to bed, we used it. We asked the board some typical 13-year-old girl questions, nothing happened, and we went to bed. But that night, her mom's new kitten started acting weird. He was wailing and running headfirst into walls. We woke up to it sitting in the middle of her kitchen, twitching and staring off into space. That week, they took her to the vet, who said that the kitten had neurological problems and had to be put down immediately. To this day, my friend and I are convinced that the kitten was possessed. So many questions. They put animals down that are neurologically... How did they word it? Had neurological problems. Why would you put an animal down that has neurological problems? Humans have neurological problems. We don't put humans down. That poor kitty. But I do think it was possessed, but you didn't have to put the kitty down. I was an editor for our school's newspaper, and for our Halloween issue, we decided to use a Ouija board design in our center section. One evening, my friend and I stayed up late to finish the paper before it needed to be sent out for printing, and as soon as we opened the Ouija board spread to check it out, the computer we were using shut down along with the other 30 in the room. For the rest of the night, we experienced computer problems whenever we were working on that specific section. Yeah, the Ouija boards are a powerful, powerful thing. My best friend and I bought a Ouija board and took it to her house. We asked a few questions to no answer. We finally outright asked, "Is there anyone here who would like to talk to us?" The planchette slowly moved to no. We were freaked out because there was obviously a spirit there, so we tried again. "What's your name?" The planchette moved to SH over and over and over again, spelling out shh, 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 shh. So we said goodbye and closed the board. We seemed to have bothered someone who wanted to be left alone. Yeah, when someone says they don't want to talk, you stop. Human or spirit, they don't want to chat. You say goodbye. This is the last one. My friend and I were playing with a Ouija board in her mom's closet. We were sitting on the floor talking to some spirit when my friend asked the spirit if she liked me. Right as my friend asked this, a basket fell off of the shelf above me and knocked me upside the head. Coincidence? I think not. Wow. So those are the Ouija board stories I'm going to be sharing today. I hope you did enjoy them. Like I said, stay tuned and subscribe for my Ouija board experience. I'm just going to reach out to the people involved, see what they remember, and yes, so that is it for today's video, you guys. I hope you did enjoy. I post videos every single day in the month of October. We are almost done. It's almost Halloween. So make sure you subscribe so you never miss a video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.